You need to stop throwing employees in the truck on their first day and calling it on-the-job training. It doesn't work. I used to work in the safety training industry, and I can tell you, companies that are large and small all have organized, formal training programs that they put all their employees through when they first start. It's their first day on the job. By having a formal training program and onboarding process, you reduce your employee turnover, you increase their job satisfaction and their confidence and performance as well. Each year, companies like Walmart and Lowe's, Steak and Shake, places I've used to work at, they all do formal training. And I think that's one thing that we miss really big in our industry. Inflatable Office has made an easy way for you to create training programs within its software and track employee progress. This video is going to show you how to set it up. To begin, we're going to click on the Survey and Training section by going to Settings, Survey and Training. Inside you'll see a couple of existing surveys, but we're going to not worry about those right now. For now, we're going to do the drop down arrow next to Add Survey and select Add Training and Quiz. You may be able to click Survey. I don't know if that's the same or not, but this is the process I use. A pop-up will ask you to name the survey. Don't worry about it being called a survey. Just name it what the training program is going to cover. For this video, I'm just going to do a job site setup. After clicking OK, you'll be taken to a screen showing all the quiz content. Of course, it's empty because we haven't created anything yet. Click Add Question, and there are several types of questions you'll see. These questions include short answers, long answers, single choice, multiple choice, choice matrix, and display content. Probably not in that order. Short answers and long answers don't have any checks. As long as they write something in the box, they're going to get it right. And as far as training goes, I'd probably stay away from these two options. The single choice means you can only have one correct option from several choices. So you could have 4 choices, but only one of those choices is going to be correct. Multiple choice allows there to be multiple right answers to a single question. So you may ask a question that has 2 correct answers. You want 2 answers to be checked to be correct. So you would say, right, 4 choices, and they have to check 2 of them to be correct. And then you have the choice matrix. This allows you to ask several questions in a row with a rating system for each question. It doesn't have to be a rating system. It could be yes, no. This may be a little complicated to grasp, but if you want to play around with it, go for it. For the purposes of this video, to keep things simple, we're just going to use the single choice option, single and multiple choice. To start with, we're going to use display content because you don't want to ask questions until you've taught them something. So in the box, I'm going to write up the steps my company requires to happen most commonly at the setups. We're going to probably break this down into content questions, 2, maybe 3 questions, content 2 to 3 questions, until we're satisfied with the whole thing. Each content section I'd break up. I would say the first content section should be like what they should do upon arrival, like who should they go talk to, what are they talking about. The second section would be about actually setting up the attractions and like tarp layout, extension cords layout, staking versus sandbagging. And then you'll ask a couple more questions, and the third will be like the post setup where they go back and talk to the customer and give them the rules, if you're not staying to staff it, the rules that they need to go over with, proper overnight procedures if you do overnight, and that kind of thing, and then a couple more questions. So now that I've written all the content, I can save and close that section and start creating questions for this type of training. When you're done creating the quiz, navigate to the worker by going to the logistics workers. Open each worker that you want to take the training, and then click the training tab on the left side. Now select the program, save and close the employee. If you have the email set up, in the email center turned on, they should receive an email stating that they have a new training to complete. When they complete it, a date will be set next to the training in their profile. For the employee to access the training, they must navigate to the worker's site, log in, and then click the menu option, account training. There, a list of training they need to take will be available. Once they've passed the link, will be dead and a date completed displayed next to it. To edit the training, the first inclination is to click the title in the list that you want to edit. However, that only allows you to edit the title. To actually edit it, you use the drop down on the left sidebar. To select the training program you want, you'll be given the list of questions, and then you can enter each question and edit the content of that question. Just a little tidbit, the reason that you want to do your format as a content 2 to 3 questions, content 2 to 3 questions, is because in the training world, they're finding a trend to follow like a YouTube type fashion where the attention span is only about 2 to 3 minutes. And so where we used to do a 20-minute long training video and then ask like 10 questions at the end, they are finding that doing 2 to 3 minute videos and then asking 2 to 3 questions first holds their attention longer, and second helps them retain the information longer. So that's just a trend. Use that whenever you're creating your programs. Now you can go through and create training programs for each position or person in your job. This section should become a vital part of any company as you grow into a large organization. The training should always evolve and make sure every area is done. I use it for every aspect, whether I'm training someone to do route planning, whether I'm training a sales employee, whether I'm training the driver training. Every position has training programs that I assign to them. If this video has helped, please like and subscribe. I'll be uploading pretty often. I'm going to try to weekly to help you maximize Inflatable Office.